Quote, I don't make it for now, I make it for even after we are long gone, end quote. That is Wizkid posting on X last night about an album he still has not given anybody a release date for. Minutes later, quote, having so much fun making this next one. I can't wait to share. #album, end quote. So the biggest name in Afrobeat spent Saturday night telling the internet his 7th album exists, that he's enjoying making it, and that we still cannot have it. That's what we are into today on Ghana Songs TV. I'm Bright with Rho and Chineye.
I'm Rho, and here is exactly what went up. Straight from his own account, the handle Wizkid, Saturday evening, the 22nd of August. 4 posts, 4 completely different moods. 1 is the legacy line Bright just read. 2 is the album tease. 3 is the one that made people lose it. Quote, and yes, I'm finally going to see you soon. Nafa, I promise. End quote. Read that slowly. Finally. I promise. That is a man openly admitting people have been waiting on him. And post 4 goes somewhere else entirely. Quote, a lot of thought-provoking things come to mind every morning as I wake. Wish I could share more, but the world is sensitive. End quote. No context. None. And that's the one people are still arguing about this morning.
Now, none of this starts from zero, because the album already has a name. Back in June, Wizkid hosted a small pre-release listening session in Paris during Fashion Week, and that is where he confirmed the title. The 7th Wizkid album is called Sexy, one word, and that tells you how he operates. He handed the world a title in a private room to a handful of people, then went quiet. No date, no tracklist, no lead single. 2 months on, we have the same information we had that night. Before that, all anybody had was a one-word post, the word album, and an eagle emoji.
And I'll defend that a little because context matters. His last full album was Morayo in 2024, named for his late mother. That's not a record you follow up in 6 months because a calendar told you to. He hasn't been silent either. Earlier this year, he put out a joint project with Ashake, Real Volume 1. What's true is that he's trained his audience to survive on almost no information for very long stretches, then lose their minds over 4 sentences on a Saturday night.
There's a business read here too, and it isn't romantic. His leverage isn't release volume, it's scarcity. He's been a global name since Ojuelegba. He has a Grammy on the shelf. Essence is still one of the biggest crossover records African music has ever produced, and those songs work for him every day, whether he records or not. So when he says he makes music for after we're long gone, that isn't just a line for the timeline. It's a description of how his catalogue behaves.
I'll push back though, because there's a version of this that ends badly. A tease is only worth something the first time. He announced the title in June, and what we got last night was, honestly, vibes. No date, no single, no track list, and the line I'd really flag is the promise. I'm finally going to see you soon. That implies shows. If Sexy lands with no tour attached, that post gets quoted back at him for years.
Fair. My position sits between you two. I don't need Wizkid feeding the machine every 8 weeks. But the world is sensitive, opens more questions than it closes. What I'll give him is this: 4 posts, no music attached, and he's still the biggest conversation in Afrobeats this morning.
And that's the actual story, not the album. The fact that he doesn't need one to own the day.
So tell us in the comments, are you still patient? or are you done waiting? And what do you want sexy to sound like?
Subscribe so the release date reaches you the second it's real. Ghana Songs TV. We'll catch you on the next one.